Hello, I'm Cassie Purdy, a local real estate expert. I have had the pleasure of doing business in Northern Colorado for the past 8 years, and the one part I love about my job is being a connector with lots of different types of people. So I'm doing a special business spotlight series where I get to connect the community with local business owners from Northern Colorado. So I hope you enjoy. Hello everyone, and welcome to our interview today. I'm Cassie Purdy, your local real estate expert, and I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to sit down with Chrystal Bell, a remarkable local business owner, and she is a franchise consultant. Chrystal, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Cassie. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, it's a pleasure. So to begin, Chrystal, can you please tell us what a franchise consultant is and what you do?
So a franchise consultant is somebody that meets with people that are interested in getting into small business. They don't want to start a business from scratch. They want to look into a franchise concept where it's basically like a business in a box. So what I do is walk them through the whole process from finding the right matches for them all the way through the complexities of franchise ownership and what franchises will do for them.
Awesome. Okay, so what different types of franchise opportunities, can you give us some examples of those?
So we work in pretty much any industry. We try to avoid fast food franchises because they generally don't make enough money for people. We focus on home-based services, brick and mortar concepts, anything, most other industries besides fast food. We just want to have businesses that are going to make them a good profit margin on their investment and help them grow as a franchisee.
Awesome. That's so fascinating. I've never heard of this before I met you, so it's so cool. What is your background and how did you get started in this type of business?
So I got started, I've owned a few franchises myself. I got started initially in property management. I grew that company and then sold it and got into vending machines and then sold that company as well. And that's what really got me started in consulting, because through those processes I learned things about myself and about franchising in general that I wish I would have had somebody there to tell me, hey, let's back this up, let's ask these questions, let's do what's right and make sure that we're matching you with the best business. Because there was a lot of times that I'm like, this is not what I wanted, this is not how I wanted to be a business owner, and this is not what I wanted to do. So that's how I got into franchise consulting and trying to help people get through that journey and do what they need to do to be successful as a franchisee.
Cool. I love that so much. Yeah, because when you start a business, obviously you don't think about a lot of things, how it's going to affect your lifestyle and time spent and all of that thing. So you're just protecting people, which I appreciate. So how does the process work if someone was interested in starting their own business and wanted to talk to you? How does the process work with you?
So the process is very easy. I really just want to sit down and talk to people. I want to get to know them. I want to know their strengths, their weaknesses, but I also want to know what their ideal business looks like. Are they willing to have employees? Are they willing to work with subcontractors? How many hours do they want to work in a week? And I can take all of those standard business characteristics that people have in business and create a model for them. And that model is specifically something that they can take and look at franchises or other business concepts, and it addresses exactly the type of business that they should get into. And then that model, I take it to a bunch of franchises that have been vetted by FranChoice. They are successful businesses, they have good validation, and they're very strong business models for people that wanted to get into business. So I take their model, match it with generally 3 different concepts in completely different industries that they would have never thought of, and present it to them and say, okay, I think according to what you've told me and what we've discussed, here are 3 concepts that I think you will be so successful at. Okay. And then at that time, if they're like, yes, I want to meet them, I want to go from here, we are able to take that process further, and I introduce them to concepts, I introduce them to the team, and then we learn from there on what we are going to do next. I help them through the entire process to make sure, meet your franchisees that you're going to be partnered with. I want you to make sure you ask these questions, and we need to find those people that maybe are struggling in the franchise and see if what their struggles are different than how you would operate your own business.
Right. Okay. How long from start to finish, if someone wanted to open up their own franchise, like working with you, how long would that process generally take?
So if they are ready, they're like, yes, I want to start a business, I want to get into this business. It generally would take from meeting with me and then meeting franchise concepts and making that ultimate decision approximately 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay. Awesome. That's so exciting. Where can people find you? How can they reach you?
They can reach me at www.franchoice.com/cbell. That goes directly to the FranChoice website. Or they can call me at 970-405-0982 and we can set up a meeting. My business, I don't charge for any of the services. So if anyone is just curious about business ownership and they just want to chat, I don't charge for anything that I do. So they can call me up and just say, hey, I'm curious. I just want to know what's next for me.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So we kind of talked about that. It's similar to real estate, as a buyer's agent. It's not going to cost you money to look into doing this with Chrystal, and I definitely recommend speaking with her. She's so professional and kind, and so please reach out, and thanks again for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.